Guys, what made MCP go viral? The answer is very easy because MCP is a game changer in the AI agents world. And in this video, I will show you why it's a game changer. First of all, MCP has been released by Anthropic and it stands for Model Context Protocol. And it's actually an open standard that enables building secure two-way connections between data sources and AI-powered tools. And this is very useful for developers because instead of maintaining separate connectors for each data source, they can now build against a standard protocol. And this replaces today's fragmented integrations with a more sustainable architecture. It's okay, guys, if it's still not clear. Everything's gonna be clear in the next few minutes. Before going deeper into MCPs, let's have a reminder on what I've already explained in my video about agents. In that video, we've seen that in an agentic architecture, LLMs have a bunch of tools available that they can use to answer to users' question. However, when you have many different APIs, enabling to use becomes troublesome because every tool needs to be manually tracked and fed to the LLM. Like here in the prompt, we tell the model that these tools are available, weather and calculator in this case. Description of these tools should be done manually in the prompt, including the JSON schema expected by the tool. And we are not done yet because this description should be updated each time the API changes. So I guess, guys, you don't want to do this, especially when we have hundreds or thousands of tools. And here is where the MCP magic happens, because all this part will be managed by MCP or MCP server more specifically. This latter exposes tools, and these tools can be anything, as we saw in the agents video. It can be a retrieve search, sending a message or update a database. It exposes data resource which will be used by an application. And last but not least, it exposes prompts which define AI interactions. Till now, guys, I talked about the MCP server part, but let's see other parts of MCP, knowing that MCP is composed of three components. We have MCP host, which hosts the LLM application, for example, Claude, Cursor, Windsurf, and so on. We have the MCP client, which maintains connection with MCP servers, and the MCP server that I've already talked about in the previous slide, and it's considered as the translator between the hosts and tools. Let's take an example from real-world applications to make it more clear. Let's assume that you want to summarize 5 latest commits from your repository. This prompt will be sent to the host. A call will be made to the server to ask for available tools. The server returns all the available tools. The LLM receives these tools with the associated describing prompt. It decides to choose the list commits tools, as our question is to summarize the last 5 commits. This query will be sent to the MCP server via the MCP host. The list commits function will be invoked at this step. And here we are querying GitHub because we want to summarize the last 5 commits. So here our external data source is GitHub. Once we have the results, these will be returned with the use tool. And finally, the LLM parses the answer and reformulates the answer to return it to the host, so to the user. And this is how tools creation become far easier and any LLM application can use. This is it, guys, for today. Stay tuned to my videos because I will post others where I talk about how MCP is integrated in LLM-based applications. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.